I just wanted to make a video for anybody trying to get over their first love. It's a process that's going to take time, and often you're young. I don't know how exactly young you are, but it's not like it's going to go away tomorrow. And it's not like it's going to go away the day after that. And months later, you'll still think about it, but it'll be gone. It won't hurt as bad, just a little bit less and a little bit. It's not one day, it's there and it's gone. It just gradually declines until it's out of your mind for the most part. But you'll never forget about that person, just like you won't forget about anybody else who's impacted your life. But at the end of the day, you have to learn something. That somebody who doesn't want you isn't right for you. They're not the one if they didn't want you. The one is the person that wants you. Or one of the people that want you. See, what I had to learn is that she wasn't coming back. You're stuck in your head all the time. Oh, let me just wait for her to come back. And you don't change anything about yourself. You gaslight yourself into thinking you change. But you're not really changing, are you? You're just not. Which isn't that end of the world. But obviously, something had to go a little wrong for you guys to break up. It's usually not out of the blue. Maybe you did something. Maybe you didn't do anything. Who knows? But at the end of the day, there's always ways to improve. Always. So once you take that acceptance step and realize, just let it go, you'll be able to move on. But you have to accept the reality that if she comes back, that she's not going to come back. Sorry. But, the thing is, you can tell yourself, if she comes back, then I'll make that decision when it comes to it. But you have to get yourself to a point where it doesn't matter if she comes back or not. Oh my God. I'm telling you, I wanted this girl to come back. That's all I ever wanted, for her to come back. I liked her forever. 3 years. We didn't date too long, but it was a long time coming. And it hurt. I stopped talking to people and kind of went into my own shell. And if you're a person that just needs their alone time, take it. Sometimes you just need to step away. And if you're not as talkative in your job or in your class, that's okay. Stuff happens in life. And an analogy a lot of people like to bring up is that a breakup, and especially a hard one like your first love, it's like a death. That person's gone, they're out of your life. But unlike a death, which even makes it sometimes harder, not maybe as hard as a death, because they're not actually dead. But the thing is, with a death, they're gone. They're not coming back. You don't see them online. Nothing. But with a breakup, if you still follow them on social media, you're going to see them all the time. And you're going to miss them. And every time you see that picture of them, you're going to think, I wonder what he or she is thinking. I wonder what they're doing. So my advice is just cut them off. You're not going to be friends. Don't try to be friends. Just let go completely. That's just always the first step, like I said before. Let go. Now, in addition, a lot of times during your first love, or something like that, you tend to focus all into that one person. And sometimes you can lose relationships with your friends. And it can be hard to move back into a spot, especially because you don't have a lot of people to go back to, because you kind of left them. And now, obviously, you don't want to do that, but it's something we all do. We put too much effort into one person, and we forget about those other people. And it can be especially hard then, because you're wondering, who am I going to go to when I need help? And sometimes you bury those feelings deep inside you, which at the beginning, like I said, is not the end of the world. But having somebody, whoever it is, to get it out to. And people might say I'm weird for this. Talk to AI. I know that's going to sound crazy, but just get it out. Write it down on a piece of paper. Type it in AI and see what they think. Because I'm not going to lie, ChatGPT can be motivating. Just say, man, just give me a few words of advice for my situation. And it'll respond really well. That's advice I have. I thought that was good. Now, if you're watching this, you're probably stuck. And I'm not here to tell you it's going to be better tomorrow. Because it's probably not. But you're still moving. You're still out there. You're still alive. And each day is a great day to be alive. Even though it may hurt. Even though it may feel like nothing's in store for you in the future. I promise you there is. As long as you keep fighting. Because hard things in life, they're meant to test you. You wouldn't grow stronger without them. You just wouldn't. It builds up your resilience. Your fight. And at the end of the day, it's going to happen to everybody. You're not alone. Every person in the world goes through it. Maybe they're not going through it at the same time as you, but they've gone through it or they will go through it. And hey, think about it this way. You won't have to deal with heartbreak. Maybe not as bad. Maybe it'll be worse in the future, but you'll have some experience under your belt. And I can tell you that it was like, I was still hung up on her for longer than we dated. I felt like this has to be an anomaly. What am I doing? This shouldn't take this long. And I'm still stuck up on her. Something's wrong with me. Nothing is wrong with you. I promise you, if it's taking longer than you expected, or you hear other people say, we all grieve differently. And sometimes a longer healing process means more growth. Because the more you break down a muscle, the more it's going to build back up. Just think of yourself as a muscle then. Now, I'd love to help everybody out. I doubt many people will see this video, but I think it's so important for everybody who struggles with a breakup, with a loss, with anything like that, to reach out to people, to grieve health, I was about to say healthily, that's not a word, grieve in a way that you feel comfortable, and in a way that'll build you back up even stronger, because I promise you, coming out of this, you'll be so much stronger. Sometimes you'll reminisce about things. You will. You'll be listening to an old song that you used to play together. Maybe you'll come across a photo. But when you're reminiscing, smile at it. Think of what you had. Think about how good it was. But then think about what went wrong. And think about why you broke up. Because there's a reason, obviously. And always remember how that hurt you. I'll say that. You can forgive someone, but don't forget. Don't let it hurt you in future relationships or anything like that. But just keep it in the back of your mind. And don't let somebody back into your life that doesn't deserve it. That's always a big thing. But I'm kind of rambling on. I just wanted to get some thoughts out of my mouth. I really want to help people, especially young kids like me, young males. Now, obviously for anybody, but I feel like for men it's a lot harder to talk. And breaking those stigmas can be good, because we've seen way too many suicides, and it's really hard to see because everybody just turns into a statistic. The numbers are ridiculous, but there's lives behind each of those people. Don't let yourself become another one of them. You're strong. You are so strong. God put you on this planet for one reason: to be resilient. Oh, that's more than one reason. He put you on this planet for you to strive, for you to live. Yeah, that's it. That's the one reason, to live. And every day you're living is a good day. Even though it might not be a good day, it's a good day. I promise you that. I don't really know what else to say here. Again, I just wanted to get my thoughts out. I doubt many people will watch this, but if you are, I appreciate you watching, and I really hope that you grow and heal in every way possible. So, thanks for watching.